Hey, what's up, y'all? It's YORO, and I'm back with more Witch on the Holy Night. Finally. Last time we unlocked this chapter 1.5 that I thought I was going to, but it actually took me straight to chapter 2 here, I believe. So, yeah, we're gonna go back and do this since we only just started chapter 2, and I think we were just gonna see what happened the previous night with Sojiro, which I do really want to know, but I feel like we should go in order in which these unlock. Also, I like this little archive, bookshelf. It's like a bookshelf in Alco's, I should say Alice's house, since we learned a bit more about her. She's still pretty mysterious, but I like her dynamic with Alco a lot. Their interesting friendship. And on the mage side of things, it's her house. It's pretty much where Alco's workshop is. Alice even pretty much sponsors her experiments, with materials and the workspace and all those kinds of things. And Alco was talking about, hey, if I give up, the student life, like you've been encouraging me to, because, pursuing a mage life is, while trying to live a normal life, it's pretty much fucking impossible. And I'm not entirely sure what her ambitions are or what exactly they're talking about as far as like what exactly she's going to do once she maybe makes that decision. But I feel like Sojiro is probably going to stand in the way of that. However, whatever brings them closer. It's interesting the distance between them right now, but it gives us room to see more what they're like individually, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool writing. Nasu, my goat. So we're going to check out chapter 1.5 here. Also, Sojiro's conversation with the vice president was interesting too, and funny and weird, but insightful, Don't fuck with Sojiro. Alright, chapter 1.5, let's check it out. It's interesting, the book... I can't English right now. That there were more books on this 1.5 than the chapter 2 one. That is interesting. I don't know if that's just a visual thing or if it's actually going to be longer. Also, goddamn the OST in this game. Morning in the city moved incredibly fast. It made one wonder if it was even a morning at all, with people so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh my god, I haven't heard that phrase since elementary school. My principal from back then would say that all the time. Oh, are we with Sojiro right now? The unfamiliar roar that awoke him reminded him of a rock slide. The identity of the monstrous sound was the engine of a motorcycle. Mr. Yoshida, his neighbor, was leaving for work. Wait, isn't that the teacher? No, wait. It was hard to determine when night ended and morning began here. The town's urbanization was synonymous with insomnia. Okay, this is definitely Sojiro. He sluggishly lifted himself off the floor. He caught himself starting to survey his surroundings out of habit before deciding better of it and made his way to the washroom. There, he poured himself a cup of water and slowly gulped it down. Having been relegated to well water until recently, he found the convenience pleasing. Yeah, I bet. This small-ass village. Crazy. Pleased was definitely the word that best described how he felt. Civilization is about erasing inconveniences through optimization. I like that. The reduction of labor in our daily lives. Mr. Koga had taught him that while the essentials were easier than ever to get our hands on, life itself was growing more and more complex. So too was it his duty to adjust to his new reality. As a distant relative of Sojiro's father, Mr. Koga, okay, I was wondering who that was, had taken Sojiro in, even though the boy had been little more than a stranger in his life till that point. Okay, so that's who he's staying with. Got it. Mr. Koga had helped him get registered at school and find an apartment to lease. Oh, that's right, he is living on his own, so he just helped him, okay. Yeah, he would need help. Makes sense. Though he had insisted that Sojiro handle his residence card and register his change of address by himself. This series of procedures proved exceedingly difficult for Sojiro, but knowing that this was part of his new city life, he did his best to complete them diligently. While they may have a reputation for being a stickler for the rules, city offices aren't all that bad. Nah, the waits are just atrocious. It was the first thing Sojiro learned after beginning his life in the city. 2 weeks had elapsed since he left the countryside. As uneasy as living alone made him feel, he felt he could make it work. Alright, 2 weeks. It was not as if the people here spoke another language, and Mr. Koga was absolutely right about how practical the rules of the city were. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was the same period of time that after, in the last part, where Sojiro was talking to the vice president, Aoko goes home and encounters Alice. Don't fuck with Alice, by the way. It was not as if the people here spoke another language, and Mr. Koga was absolutely right about how practical the rules of the city were. By the way, thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Sojiro continued down the hard but surprisingly walkable path. Before work, he jogged in the park to pass the time. Even exercise like this offered lessons for Sojiro to learn. Oh. Each passing person was a new face to look at. The old man who greeted him, the young worker with his eyes on the ground, and the girl on the bench surrounded by birds. They were all unfamiliar sights to Sojiro. Unaccustomed to the city, he labored to understand its rules. Just taking it all in. Whether they were complex, simple, or completely meaningless. Compared to mountain life, which only dealt with nature, city life left one with way too many options. Yeah, it's like overwhelming. So many people, so many things. One could argue that such an environment was toxic for Sojiro. His life was a string of unsettling moments. Really? That's an interesting sentence. I don't know if I'm overthinking that, but alright, okay. But amongst it all, there were rules that he sincerely admired. For one, that the city revolved around various forms of profit and loss. The fact that one only needed money to get the bare essentials to survive the city was a comforting thought to Sojiro. Yeah, only money. Money in this economy? And to work. Hey, it's our not Arihiko.
金なんてものはあくまで記号で、本当に大事なのは別にあんだからさ。
So nice cat.
所詮は流動する肩たたき券と変わんねっつが、別に1万円札食ってもうまくねっつが。ともかく金で真心は買えねえじゃん。
It can't buy you happiness, but it sure can get rid of a lot of unhappiness.
じゃねえよ、ざけんなよ。俺は悲しいよ。
Maybe, yeah, that's the right answer. Let's be real.
ついこの間まで4000ポッチの日当に鹿みたいに首かしげていた正直者がくったらねえ皿洗いをしながら、まあ世の中金だよねなんてボソッと言わないでくれっつな。
いや、貨幣制度は素晴らしいと思う。正直物々交換の限界を感じた。
That would be kind of crazy, having to barter for everything, like that would be insane.
それより木の実、ふざけてるとそれ落とすぞ。
I can see why he appreciates, you know, the city life and more capitalistic system. I can see why Sojiro likes that a lot more.
っておお、やべやべ、次割ったら今度こそ俺の頭が割られちまうからな。忠告サンキュー。それで相談事？何？もしかして金？
そうなんだ。とりあえずお金は大事で、たくさんあるに越したことはないって痛感した。なんで、できればもうちょっと働きたい。
Man wants overtime.
マジ？マシンみたいに皿洗いをこなしながら夢のないこと言わないでほしいな。世の中金じゃねえって言ったばかりじゃんか。やっぱラブじゃんか。
Love
ところで水冷たくないですかね。冬場の皿洗いって割り合わねえことこの上ねえよな。
Oh, that sounds rough.
そりゃ冷たいけど、これぐらいは我慢しないと。山の水は冷たいっていうより
Dude, Sojiro has perspective. after his previous life in the mountains. My dude is just like, dude, everything's great here. It's like people who immigrate to the States are just so appreciative of everything. They want to work constantly, like to make as much money as possible, send it back home. They're just like, wow, everything's great, you know? Reminds me of that.
氷水と同じにすんな野生児。しかしあれだね。呆れた順能力。いや、忍耐力っつうの？レジ打ちすらできなかった新人がよ。たった4日でしみったれた飯屋の社畜になっちまうなんて。やっぱ世の中金ってことかね。資本主義ってすげえ。
うるせえぞバカバイト。
Oh God.
文句あんならやめちまえ。
Did my man just pimp smack them?
うちにはごくつぶしにくれてやる小遣いはねえ。
Yapping on the clock, huh? Should've went to the toilet. The complaints and chopsticks flew at them like a storm. Oh my god. The mess of a Chinese restaurant manager was a stubborn man who was willing to let minors work for him and didn't shy from violence, even if it was directed at the son of a lifelong friend. Oh my god. Ruthless. That orange chicken ain't gonna make itself. Sojiro felt that this is what Sparta must have been
ほら
like.
怒られた。任されたことはきちんとやらないと。
Sojiro is so silly. What the fuck?
け、優等生。こっちは何かと反抗したい年頃だっつの。
The faces.
まあいいや、話は変わるんだけどよ。しずき夜に出歩くタイプ？それかチャリンコで出張る趣味？いやまあどっちかでいいんだけど。
That is a good question.
バイトの帰りはほとんど夜になるけど、そういう話じゃないんだよな。夜の散歩も遠出も趣味じゃないけど、それが？
Not yet, Sojiro. Not yet. I'm sure there's gonna be some constant nighttime bullshit. Or maybe that was just a Tsukihime thing.
いや何さ、しずき引っ越してきたばかりだって言うからよ。俺らが言うのもなんだけど、うちちょい治安が悪いっての？柄が悪いわけじゃねえんだけどな。
Does our boy have a sense for something that's happening? The only thing that we've seen like around is when Aoko encountered someone that she kind of wrote off, which makes me think it was Toko, because I feel like if Aoko wasn't familiar, she would have been more alarmed. But let's see what our boy says.
年間10人ぐらい通り魔事件っての？そういうの起きてっから。
Whoa. Huh, there's a killer. Every year, 10 attacks. What is this, Higurashi?
通り魔ってなんだ？
そっからかよ。なんだほら、カバン強盗でもないか。辻斬りってのが近いのか。住宅街とかまだ森が残ってる方によく出やがるんだよ。そういうおかしいのが。
That's not at all like a purse snatching. What the fuck? Dead people in the woods, near the suburbs.
なんで、あんまり夜遅くは出歩くなよな。三崎岡の公園とか有名な怪奇スポットだから。
The park in Misaki Hills. Isn't that basically near where Aoko and Alice are?
通り魔の犯人は口裂け女だったって話、知らねえか？
Whoa, a chick with a sliced mouth.
ごめん。まずその口裂け女ってのがわからない。
Is that our antagonist? Again, I have no idea what the story of this game is. And by the way, I had to be reminded, yeah, there are no choices in this story. You just go through, enjoy it, and see what happens. Which I'm fully down for. Less pressure on me. I just get to enjoy a story. Yeah, I don't know anything about the villains, anything that happens with the characters. So maybe this is our antag. Or at least a
階
minor
段
one.
だよ。口が耳まで裂けてるってやつ。今じゃさすがに時代遅れだけどよ。なんだっけ？深夜の道にな、コート姿の女が待ち伏せていて、
What?
私、綺麗？とか聞いてくるんだよ。
Kire?
で、綺麗って言っても、いまいちって言っても家まで追っかけられて殺されるの。女の少年はおっかねえっつうか、アメコミの怪人っぽいっつうか。
Huh.
いや、それ本気で怖くないか？家まで上がってくるのか、その女の人。
窓から入ってくるらしいぜ。ガサガサとこうゴキブリみたい。ギャ
With the pan this time.
のクソガキが厨房でその4文字は禁止だってんだろ
Oh, yeah, don't say.
殺すぞ
The health inspector about to hear you, dog. He hit him before he could finish saying the word cockroach. That's why he's like, motherfucker, don't say that shit in here. Which is very sus. Kinomi, that's his name, Kinomi. Every time I look at him, I just think of Arihiko. But, yeah, who is saying these things about this killer? How much of this is true? Yeah, she had a sliced mouth and she follows you, and also she crawls through the window. The back of Kinomi's head exploded in pain with the impact of his boss's frying pan. Yo, when are we gonna get this guy in a Type Moon fighting game? Sojiro was reminded of just how dangerous this town could be. Of the Chinese restaurant
殺す殺すってバカじゃねえの。
owner.
普通そっちの方が禁止用語じゃねえの。ここレストランなんだしさ。いや、あんまうまくねえけど。
Damn.
木南、頭大丈夫か？
I see Chef Mike in the background here. Shout out to Chef Mike.
え？ああ、うん。心配無用。俺なんだか頑丈さには定評があるから。特に頭部について。
Is that foreshadowing?
ともかく、そういうわけなんで夜の暗がりは気をつけるぞなもし。しずき、見るからにかもそうな顔してるし。
Okay, he's warned him. We'll see if it helps any.
ありがとう。ところで、年間10人というのは多い方なのか？
I'd say so.
知んねえよ。少なくはないだろうけど、多い方でもないんじゃねえか。
Like, I don't know how exactly big this city is, but that's still pretty alarming.
ま、うちの通り魔事件が他に比べて厄介なのは、まだ犯人が見つかってないってことだから
Yeah,
ね。
dude, because it's happening every year, and it's like, I know it's just rumors, but apparently the same MO, whatever it is, like 10 every year, like exactly 10, like what the fuck? I'd move. Like, are you kidding me? Why does anyone live here? Oh yeah, money. He laughed cheerfully. Kinomi was probably trying to take the edge off of his story, but the noble intention of his laugh was completely lost on Sojiro. His friendly warning was equally futile. Of course. Sojiro was simply impressed that Kinomi was able to laugh it off. There's the warning. Alright, he's walking home from work, alright. Oh my god, he's gonna like hear something. He's gonna hear like someone screaming. Or, oh my god. Or he's gonna encounter somebody. It's gonna be Gilgamesh under a stoplight or some shit. On the way home, nobody ahead or behind, Sojiro proceeded through the dimly lit street when suddenly... Oh. He turned to face an improbable sound. What the fuck?
あいた。
He's getting attacked. Something stabbed him in the head and fell to the floor. What the fuck? He frowned. A small bird had apparently flown into the telephone pole before landing on his head. What the huh? The starling cleaned itself off and flew away. No, that is... Nasu, how dare you? The falling of the bird and its desperate escape thereafter was unlike anything he had experienced in his life up to now. Whoa. Interesting. Most of the townsfolk would have seen the incident as unlucky, ominous, or even sinister. Yes, but Sojiro just nodded and went about his business. You must understand, what might have been a first for him was surely an everyday occurrence for these city folk. Whoa. Oh, that was volume 1. Interesting. So... yeah, because on the thing of like Sojiro taking things in for the first time and like really appreciating them, like analyzing them, trying to understand. He has no like preconceived notions. He doesn't like, it's like, oh, that's a bad omen. Like, oh. He's just like, huh, that just happened. Like, I've never experienced that before. And he like dissects it down like to what the bird experienced, like what happened to it and the desperate escape. He's like I've never witnessed anything like that before. Like, He has such a unique, fresh perspective on everything happening here, which is probably the reason he's maybe gonna survive what's going on. Cause I don't know. He's a unique character, man, for sure. I like him. It's cool getting more insight into him. Let's continue. But we learned about the killer. Every year, 10 people. It is 10 times the body count of the Watanagashi. Or is it 5 times?
たったいまー。ねえ、アリス帰ってる？
Anyway, Higurashi 2, this week, soon. Chapter 2.
教会から帰るとき、商店街でお土産もらっちゃった。伊勢屋のせんべい、一緒に食べない？
Her voice reverberated through the foyer, dyed in the colors of the setting sun. Alright, so we're with Aoko now. Is this after the the food incident, the revenge food incident? That wasn't enough for Alice, by the way. She's still gonna do more to Aoko. Aoko's like, we're even now, right? And Alice says nothing, walks out. So funny. It was after 5 in the afternoon when Aoko, still in her school uniform, cheerfully returned home. She had finished her student council duties and attended her monthly meeting with the church.
おかえりなさい。その様子なら何事もなく終わったみたいね、青子。
I want to look up Alice's voice actor. She sounds familiar. The voice was coming from the second floor. In contrast with Aoko and her boundless energy, a considerably calmer girl descended from above.
難癖はつけられたけど滞りなく。うちの問題はうちの問題だから、今回も手は出さないって方向でまとまったわ。それでいいのよね、アリス。
Huh.
ええ。猫の手なら借りたいけど、あの人たちの手は信用ならないし。いつも通り、後処理だけお願いしましょう。
The mess? Oh no, this is a red herring. They want me to think they're the killers? I mean, they could be. They fucking could be. Listen, I know there's a whole character arc for Aoko to go through, but I don't think she's a killer. She's a mage. So, I don't know, thin line there for their pursuits, but I want to know what they're talking about.
賛成。後ろからバッサリやられかねないしね。だいたい、私もあんたも背中を気にして没頭できるからじゃないし。
私はできるけど。青子は単に、まだそれほどの余裕がないだけでしょ。
うん。
Yeah, Aoko's still committing to the double life. Tap tap. With the graceful sounds of her steps, Alice entered the foyer. As she did, Aoko's eyes were directed toward the skylight above.
ガラス、曇ってるわね。
そのことで話があるわ。今日の課題が終わったらだけど。
Today's business.
青子、体の調子は？疲れているなら休みを入れてもいいけど。
え？何よ、気味悪いな。気遣いされることなんてないってば。いつも通りの一日だったし。そんな疲れた顔してる？私。
As school activities went, today's were a breeze. At a glance, her school life might have seemed almost idyllic. Their first meeting. Though the more she thought about it, some headache-inducing incidents may have stood out here and there. They may have. And with some sincere introspection, Aoko might have recognized the signs of her own mental fatigue, but doing so would have further added to her stress. I guess it's good that she hasn't yet.
なんで帰ってきてまであんなののことで疲れなくちゃいけないんだ、私。今日の課題って初歩のウィッシュでしょ？
Wish. Mesmerize basics.
問題ないわ。すぐ始めましょう。今日はなんか勢いでうまくいきそうな気もするし。
So, okay, is Alice like a master? Like, Aoko focused on shedding her anger and stress. Or more experienced, I should say. Maybe more experienced than Aoko currently. Like Rin teaching Shiro. Well, okay, let me not compare Aoko as a mage to Shiro. and headed upstairs with
どうしたの
gusto.
よ。アリスの部屋でやるんじゃないの？
Look, no hate to my boy Shiro. That's my fucking guy. The formally dressed Alice nodded in slight dissatisfaction.
それで伊勢屋のせんべいって今日の？
She's so impatient. Bitch, the food. She looked at the freshly baked treats Alko was holding. Can't do magic on an empty stomach. In the end, their lesson took place after Alice had her cup of tea. For an apprentice like Alko, Alice Kuonji was the kind of roommate and teacher that was hard to come by. Yeah, I'll say, what the hell? What luck for Alko. If she insisted that Alko rest to preserve her health, Alko had no choice but to comply. The lesson was over after 2 hours, so the two finished the dinner they had prepared and decided on a change of venue for where they would spend the last hours of the day. The sunroom was next to the... Wow, this room. Man, that would be so chill. Though I'd be oddly paranoid of... Not oddly, but I'd be paranoid of outside. Like of, you know, weirdos coming out of the tree line or something. East wing of the residence and offered a view of the beautiful grounds. The proud Kuonji estate's luxurious sunroom featured furnishings on par with those in the splendid drawing room. Meanwhile...
来年の夏はジャングルね。この分だと。
The grounds outside had fallen into disrepair, neglected by the owner.
ねえアリス、庭掃除専用のプロイとかいないの？
I'm sure Sojiro would mow it for a price. Alko took a step into the sunroom and poured some tea. A man wants to
探せ
work.
ばいるかもしれないけど、少し手間ね。
It would take effort. Playing along with her roommate's joke, Alice made to sit in her chair. Just as she caught sight of the box of chocolates on the table, her lovely eyes narrowed in a frown.
何よ。言っとくけど、今日の失敗は半分アリスのせいよ。
It's interesting what the narrator will describe, like her lovely eyes. Part of me is thinking maybe the narrator's perspective as a fondness for Alice, but that might be overthinking that.
おせんべいで気が緩んだのが敗因っていうか、そりゃウィッシュのつもりがガンドになっちゃったのは
Ooh,
我ながら攻撃的すぎると思うけど。
We know that spell. Fucking Rin's favorite.
6個
Wish turned into
減っ
Gander.
てるわ。
Oh my god. Alice is keeping track.
なんだ、そっちのことか。
They're always in dispute over food. Alice doesn't fucking play with her food. Alko, why are you playing with her? Where are my chocolates? Alko's eyes stared intently at the box of chocolates. Unless Alko didn't eat them, you could search the world and never find a finer selection of chocolates. They do look good. They look like the Dragon Balls. That's probably the reference, actually. The brand was Sixpence Songs, apparently.
で、鏡の話をするんだっけ？あれ、今洋館モードから岬モードになってるんでしょ？
Huh. Misaki mode. And then there's mansion mode.
ええ。ここの管理はおざなりになるけど、三崎市だけに切り替えたわ。
Target. Oh, the mirror.
それが昨日から曇り出している。
Oh. It's like a Palantir.
少しずつだけど、確実に包囲されてるわね。
Oh. The forces arrayed against them. Interesting.
包囲って数が増えたってこと？
Things.
捕捉していた1名はもちろん、他にもう2名ほど不審者を目撃済み。都市部に1、郊外の森に2ね。
One was captured. So what the fuck?
は あんたの目撃談は当てになるからな。で、うるさいのはどっち？
森の方。
The
捕捉中だ
woods.
けどこっちの目に気づいているみたい。なかなか誘いに乗ってこないわ。
Could be responsible for the killings. This one, maybe? Maybe all of them. Or it could be unrelated. Either way, they're being proactive. But it's probably no coincidence that they're in the woods, and that's where the crazy shit happens.
そっか。じゃあ今夜仕掛ける。
Ooh, to go after it tonight. One simple suggestion that would change the course of her life forever. Whoa. Holy fuck, what a line. I'm excited. It was no overstatement to say that this was a roll of the dice that would decide whether she had the moxie to survive the experience of jumping out of a plane with a torn parachute. Damn, is she that? Could she be that out of her depth? Potentially. Wow. One simple suggestion that would change the course of her life forever. So is this the same night that Sojiro's walking home? Either way, it's gonna happen one of these nights, because I mean, from our perspective, and of course from the townsfolk, like that bird falling onto Sojiro, like in that moment, that is 100% a bad omen. Like from a writing perspective, from the superstition of the townsfolk. For Sojiro, you know, it's just like, oh, that's just the first time he experienced that, and he just takes it as that, and you know what that means for the bird. And I think that's really cool. But fuck, I wonder if this is gonna be like the same night that these are happening, where they go out, that he's walking home, he experiences the omen, he maybe hears something that's going on, and that's how they encounter each other again. Because if this is the night that changes everything, then it has to be. So we'll see. Aoko swallowed her hesitation and fear with a little tea. On the school's anniversary night, she declared that she had made up her mind, and from that time on, she would not waver. Oh, so the night that she was talking about before. Alice welcomed her roommate's strength with the barest hint of regret. So I guess this is what they were talking about, going on the hunt, like Aoko doing it too? As someone who shared the same motivations as her, Alice was ultimately reassured by Aoko's resolve. Well, perhaps more pleased than reassured. All in all, it had taken the better part of a year, but finally Aoko had stepped out of Alice's shadow. Yeah, this must be what they were talking about. Aoko finally coming into her own, stepping up as a mage, not clinging to the student thing, stepping more into the world of mages. The two partners now shared the same fate. Ooh. Aoko was not the partner Alice had asked for, but a partner nonetheless. Wow, strangers, worlds apart. And even if eventually they would battle each other to the death using all they had inherited, whoa, it was only right they did it on equal terms. Holy fuck. Dude, being a mage is so fucked. And I don't know if that speaks to just like being a mage, but also just Alice's personality and Aoko's and their progression. Like the fact that this talks of like this happening as an inevitability, is fucking crazy. Oh my god. That is cool, but crazy. It was, at least for now, a cause for celebration over how far Aoko had come. This partnership with Alice, that's mutually beneficial. You know, they like each other enough, you know? Alice definitely cares whether she wants to admit it or not, same with Aoko. They are still mages though, right? So, very interesting to see how characters in this universe who are mages, who form relationships with each other, how they balance those things. You know, we saw that with Rin. Honestly, mostly with Rin and, you know, her relationship with Shiro. And it's always an interesting thing to see. Especially looking at Aoko's character and maybe how it would help her progress. Forbid anything happens to Alice, because I feel like that would, oh my god. Hopefully not, but you know.
せっかくだけど 今夜は私一人で十分よ。
Oh, she declines.
そんな余裕があるのなら、あなたはもう少し暗示の練習をするべきね。公演はあなたの担当だから、その時は働いてもらうけど。
So the time is not right yet. Alice did not so much as look at Aoko as she explained her reasons. The scale of the enemy she would face that night, her plans for Aoko. For in only 2 days from now, Aoko Alzaki would be reborn. What? What the hell? Reborn as a magician, maybe? I don't know what that means, but what the fuck does reborn mean? Huh?
はいはい、わかりました。
Okay, we're getting a lot in this chapter 1.5. Holy fuck. Thank you for telling me about this, because I just would have continued past all of this. Are you kidding me? So the enemy's very powerful. Aoko's gonna be reborn in a couple days. Oh my goodness. Aoko finished her tea and stood up from her seat. But I have a feeling that reborn thing is not going to go as they planned.
お言葉通り、暗示の練習でもやってるわ。一節目は確か、軽く弱くうまく早く、チクタクチクタク急げや急げよね。
That is a long spell.
そこは、軽く弱く、うまく早く、急げや急げ、チクタクチクタク、よ。
I feel like she said tick tock there, but we didn't see that in the translation. Also, that is far more awesome than what Aoko said.
気をつけなさい。それだと逆に落ち着かなくなるわ。
And now I really want to see this
そ
spell.
うだったそうだった。じゃ、一つ失礼。
It'll be cool to see her finally bust this out in a fight. Because I want to see Aoko in action. You know, action is always cool in Type Moon stuff. It's not like what I enjoy most about it. I think it's fucking awesome though, so it'll be cool to see. Aoko grabbed a piece of chocolate and popped it into her mouth. She took a chocolate. She waved before leaving Alice alone in silence. That's 7 now. Alice stiffened a moment before slamming the box of chocolates shut as if it could serve to scold Aoko for snacking. 7 chocolates, 7 Dragon Balls. Wish. They were practicing Wish. Oh my god. Volume 3. Let's go. DBZ confirmed. DBZ X Type Moon. Goku and FGO. Okay.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
午前0時を確認しました。
Whoa.
前回更新より24時間経過。
What are you?
バックアップ開始。
Oh, I don't like that one
レ
frame.
コード送信。
I don't like the eye moving like on one frame. That's crazy. Oh god. Oh god.
周囲の地形をスキャンします。大気成分、窒素異常なし、酸素異常なし、アルゴン異常なし、
Oxygen.
二酸化
Oh,
炭
it's
素
just
異常なし。
atmospheric analysis. For a moment, I was like, this thing breathes air? Like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, atmospheric analysis.
第五仮説要素、
Whoa.
異常、異常、異常、あり。
Fifth theoretical factor. Fifth. I forget which true magic Aoko uses. No one tell me. But is it the 5th? I guess we'll see.
周囲の時空連続体に齟齬を確認。第一種危険物との遭遇と断定。
Class 1.
視覚領域を主観から客観に変更。
Also, this gives me like a pod from Near Automata vibes.
自立回路を予備電源に。計測回路を主電源に変更。
I hate that Neko arc ass eyeball.
カメラを赤外線計測から虚数線計測に変更。では、
Now it begins.
これより戦闘行為の記述を開始します。主よ、どうか我が身を守りたまえ。
What? Oh, master, protect me from harm. Why was that in the log, or what? So what was that? What the hell? Was that a Mecha Neko arc? Oh my god. No, seriously, what the hell? I guess that's what they were talking about. And it's like detecting... It has to be talking about Aoko. Also, golly, this OST. Okay. Misaki City was a thickly wooded area. Urban development continued unabated, but Mother Nature still drew breath in its outskirts. Okay, hold on. I gotta take another pause. So what the fuck? Have we seen a machine, like, entity in Type Moonworks before? Berserker does not count. It pains me to say, but what the fuck? That was just like machine. Because this is crazy. So first of all, who designed that? And if it's detecting like magic and like whoever's the main threat as far as that, right? Especially if it's detecting like magic. Also, this song, hello? Like, whoa. Who made this? Who the hell? Probably our main villain. Urban development continued unabated, but Mother Nature still drew breath in its outskirts. Wise old trees had been turned to lumber. Oh, one cool thing I saw that I think Inu told me, that this story is canon to Tsukihime Remake, technically, which I think is very interesting. So, like, this story is canon to the Tsukihime Remake story. Pretty cool. Wise old trees had been turned to lumber. Leaves had begun to turn to mulch. Even though the birds who curiously tilted their heads had moved on, the verdure lived on, a testament to its enduring strength. Until the time came that the devouring light of civilization became powerful enough to encroach upon nature's mysterious domain. How's Gaia doing in this world? Is this implying that it's doing alright? I know Gaia in original Tsukihime is more powerful. Why we have true ancestors. Why apparently summoning heroic spirits is not possible. Maybe the same for Mahoyo? These woods were no exception. The outlying border between Misaki City and Misaki Hills had been left untouched. Though driven from their nests and dens here, wildlife continued to subsist even today. No longer able to return to the days before man, this was just like any other forest situated next to a town. Whoa. Do you have a mouth that reaches your ears? Miss? Winter had arrived in the woods. The chill cut like a razor. The icy air so thick it could reach one's bones. Exposed cheeks stiffened and wisps of breath formed swirls in the air before disappearing. It was 1 degree above freezing. The cold snap penetrated every nook and cranny of the woods, from the ground to the trees to the wildlife. God, creepy lullabies by spooky ghost children are always terrifying. The forest allowed nobody entry during the day. During the winter, it willed the animals to slumber. I love the way this is, like, written. I hope this translation is doing the original justice, because I think this is great. The still evening air felt like the stagnant breath of the lingering dead. The forest consumed the moonlight, obscuring the sight of even the closest of precipices, and hastening the untimely doom of any soul unfortunate enough to become lost within. Wow. Incredible. This VN is so vivid. Every description. Heck, Nasu didn't have to go this hard, but he did. She did? They did? I'm not sure. The only noises to be heard were the whisperings of the wind and the murmurings of the stream. The immortal darkness stifled any sense of life. Not the breath of an animal, much less that of a person, was drawn in this place. However, a figure in black, not of this place, skulked within. It cast the tiniest, frailest of silhouettes, like a small boat lost in a sea of fog. Its trepidatious footsteps echoed through the woods. There, exiting the veil of trees, was the unmistakable likeness of a young girl. Not what I expected, but makes sense given the singing.
To see such great under away with the spoon.
Draped in black, just we see her silhouette there. The bell tolls.
来たぞ来たぞ。いるぞいるぞ。
Oh my god. Nope, bye. I'm already gone.
誰が誰が？誰と誰が？お腹は減ったの？お腹は鳴ったさ。
Oh god.
どっちが食べる？どっちも食べる。
These voice filters, oh my god. This is giving me Song of Saya vibes too. Oh no.
君は左手。お前は右手。
Not the Mikite.
歓迎しないと。感激しないと。
Ugh.
何しろようやく楽しいお客。
Oh my god. Why does anyone come here? I guess they clean up the mess real good by eating everyone completely.
ついでにお腹と脛骨も。せっかくだからよく噛まないと。
Oh my god. Oh, it's Alice. The shadows in the trees laughed ominously. A hallucination, an illusion, or perhaps something real. Oh man, they picked the wrong one to try to eat tonight, boy. We're about to see what Alice can do. I am so curious about her. She's skilled enough to have Aoko as an apprentice. So let's see. She presumably comes from a mage family. She's inherited the home. Let's see. Maybe she's inherited some cool stuff from her crest. I don't know, let's see. The shadows frolicked in time to the girl's pace.
さあさあさあさあ。もっと奥へ、もっと奥へ。
Of course, who else would come willingly? You know, she was just talking about it too. And apparently this foe is powerful enough that she did not want to involve Aoko yet. Aoko, I guess, is going to be reborn, probably to be capable of fully becoming her magician self, which is interesting. I assumed from the beginning that she would have already had access to that, but maybe not. I guess true magic is that crazy. You don't just have it, maybe. Something you still have to work for, you still have to attain, even if you're suited to it, I guess, maybe.
ところでダイスは細工済み？お腹の重いローデット。
Loaded
端っこ
innards.
かじったエッジワーク。どうでもいいけど肝心要の6の目だけは出さないように。
Are these D&D nerds reincarnated as fucking shadows that eat people? A fitting fate. The girl knitted her eyebrows. She heard voices and felt the presence of things that should not be. Scary enough to frighten this particular girl? As if. Ooh, I like that. Look at that face. Her tightly pursed lips betrayed not a hint of fear. Look at her, she is stone cold. I'm about to love this character even more. Just to get a glimpse into like what else she can do. The girl walked of her own volition. If she had truly felt fear, her legs would be frozen. deep within the trees. She was perfectly aware of the two humanoid figures stalking her through the still night air.
見たぞ見たぞ。来るぞ来るぞ。
God, they're like kids. So weird.
もう諦めろ。もう帰れない。あんなに教えてあげたのに。よそに消えないお前が悪い。
Spooky. The girl halted her steps. The racket from the accompanying voices died in turn. The babbling brook suddenly sounded like a crackling fire. And then, across the shallow stream, something appeared that should not exist in the city, much less these woods. Oh, there's the smile. The smiles. They look like private eye detectives.
こんばんは。
Oh god.
話のわかる人はいる？
Konbanwa, she says. Good evening. Politely asks to speak to their master. Incredible. The girl addressed them calmly. Dumbledore said calmly. These men with their Glasgow grins creeped toward her like two slugs.
そう。ただの墓守り。監視だけが仕事なのね。失敗したわ。これなら青子に任せればよかった。
Wow, she completely dissected the situation and deemed them to not be serious. Even Aoko could have handled this.
ああ。
One grinning man stood still. The other, shaking violently as if unable to contain himself any longer, turned toward the girl. Whoa. Okay, maybe she did not read it completely.
青子にはまだ荷が重いわね。そんな姿だけど、あなたたちは一人前の魔術師のようだし。
Damn. On the level of a fully fledged mage. Her black outfit stirred. In her right hand she held a vitreous cat darker than the deepest night. What is that? A vitreous cat. The two Glasgow men let out a yelp of caution and incoherent fear. Wait, is this her? That's her, like, little automaton machine thing. Why does it have the Wu-Tang symbol on its forehead? Oh wait, that's not a W. It was at this moment that they finally bared their intent and emotion.
さようなら、お客様。
Oh my god. Hit them with the
きっ
Ogyaksama.
と一瞬だろうから。お別れだけ言っておくわ。
What is this thing? It's some kind of crazy mystic code, I guess. Whoa. The two shuddered at her words. Dude, they're scared. They had no mouths. Oh my god, no ears, or brains to begin with. For creatures like these, words were redundant. All that existed was the present. For these soulless creatures, fears and hopes were nothing more than an unimaginable future. Holy fuck. This type of CG reminds me of like high fidelity CG that you would see in like Tsukihime. Like the silhouette, the red around it, the black and white background, and especially like the big red in the bottom left. This feels very like old school Nasu type art. And what could be this feeling of foreboding they felt? The spine-chilling miracle that would rip them to pieces not moments from now.
ごっこ遊びをしましょう。お人形さん。
Oh my god. She is toying with them. This is nothing to her. Nothing. Dude, oh my god. Her song sounded like a bell echoing through the white woods. Dude, nothing has happened yet and this is already hype. The girl's voice vanquished the frost that had gripped the trees and the music. Oh my god. Then... What is that thing?
いやいや、ずいぶん待たされた。
Dumb? Does that say dumb? What the fuck? What is that? DM? Here's your DM, nerds. No, really, what the hell? They're like two boars? They have zippers on the bottom. What are these designs? Get fucking Allison type Lumina, bro. The curtains opened on Diddle Diddle, the banquet of the night. In confusion, one slit-mouthed man swooped toward the girl. Dude, Nasu had so much fun writing this, you can already tell. In fear, the other fled into the woods behind him. The other one ran! The deformed humanoid darted forth, kicking up water as it rushed the girl. She already knew what this fiend was. The grinning figure had scissors for hands and the demon's heart. It was a wretch who kidnapped children, mercilessly rendering them into pieces. Yikes.
Tweedle.
Tweedle. Oh. That one did say dumb. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Wow. D and dumb. And Tweedle is... they both attack? Piglets bounded and rebounded like paddle balls. I just realized this was them talking. Oh my god. Stuffed animals over 3 feet in length jumped and weaved their way between the trees. Even with these strange creatures before him, the grinning man did not so much as blink. He raised his arms, but what emerged from his coat sleeves were not the human appendages you would expect. In their place, fiendish cleavers more than 1.5 feet in length. These appendages, which had torn so much of their prey to pieces, sliced cleanly through the flying pig skulls. The fact that it was the pigs saying that shit the whole time, it was Tweedledee and Tweedledum talking all that shit, sounding like kids. What the fuck? That... oh, wow. Also, there's no way the pigs go down like that. His limbs froze in place. The pigs' bodies were sliced perfectly in half. Then, bisected from head to tail, the pig's innards became as alligator jaws that clamped down upon the grinning man's arms. Whoa! From fingertips to shoulders, they were swallowed whole. It was all it took to rob the man of control over his entire body. Fucking calculated. Another shiver of fear. These were no mere pig familiars. Immediately he realized that these were stapler monsters disguised as mere pigs. Stapler monsters. I am still tripping over the fact that these weren't the entities. Oh, they got me good. Because there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them, just like there's 2 of the enemy. But it was them being like, oh, I want to eat the innards, the stomach. We warned you, don't get closer, because yeah, they were approaching Alice, like they were stalking Alice, like she was approaching too. Oh my god. Nasu. Damn. Creepy. She's the one singing. She's the one fucking singing. Oh my god. Holy fuck. They got me good. That was a certified YORO moment. Impossible. Its presence murmured 3 times. Masaka. Not possible, not possible, not possible? Talking pigs were one thing. Even having one's arms chopped off was in the realm of occupational hazard. In an instant, the wood was enveloped in a dense wave of magical energy. Though vexing, it was still impressive. None of these facts were particularly extraordinary. These rare familiars, their bizarre attack, the sheer innate magical energy to overwhelm others. Yet experience with all these things. Wait, whoa. Did she put up a bounded field? The wood was enveloped in a dense wave of magical energy. Whoa. His employer was skilled enough to achieve all of this as well. Yeah, the question is who made these things? However,
どうするどうするいつまで放置
they're called stapler because they staple the enemy, they restrain.
手足一本瞬きだって贅沢だ。
お支払いは面倒でもできればポンドでお願いします
What were they? we're from the fucking puppet's perspective. That is terrifying. Not vessels, not living creatures, not beings powered by magic circuits. Wait, so what are they? Even though only his arms had been bitten, none of his body would move. It was nothing like being bound or weakened. This felt more like he had become words written in a book, fated to keep to their page. What? Is there magic like alter fate? What? It's not like being bound, it's not like being weakened. The creatures are not vessels, I guess they're not like puppets, they're not creatures. They're not powered by magic circuits? What? As the grinning figure's deformities indicated, he had overcome numerous curiosities and monstrosities. Illusions, enthrallment, compulsions, freezings, putrefacitions, and even petrifications. Power granted only to the pinnacle of mystic eyes. True. From poisons to magecraft, he had weathered a great deal. But this was something different altogether. Whoa. The penalty that bound him now was based on different principles from blood, flesh, oxygen, or heat. This is not physical. It was an unknown restraint that followed no rules he knew. Indeed, though it was terrifying to admit, it was as if he'd encountered something alien to everything in this world. We've definitely never seen a magic like this before. This is weird. Oh my god, Alice. My fair lady. Oh my goodness. This was fucking awesome. You hear the creepy song. I guess you could recognize Alice's voice. That's on me. But then like the pigs talking. You think they're the monster. You think the one singing the song is the monster. Especially after, oh, what's our boy's name? Not Arihiko. Was talking about like a girl, like in the woods, right? It's fucking Alice. Alice is the monster. The monsters have to worry about. Fucking crazy. That is awesome. Fangs sank into his left and right shoulders. For the first time in this form, he felt rage seep up inside him. In this form, huh? The basis of all things had to be absolute. All mystics, all things bizarre, obeyed some set of laws. But these pigs ignored this, along with his dignity. I like that.
さあ3日で衰弱
3 days.
6日で溺死。
半年経てば惨めな骸骨
Wait, Alice.
でもご無礼。
面倒だから今殺そうか
Oh my god. They really prolong your fate that long? My god. And they said drown? Half a year they can keep you like that? But they're so hungry, they're just like, no, I'll eat you now. I bet Alice could prolong it though, if she wanted to. Alice is fucking dangerous, bro. Holy fuck. I did not expect anything like this. I expected like some destructive magic, or maybe her to be like super agile, or I don't know, something. Never seen anything like this before. Like Kankuro from Naruto wishes he had this shit, bro. A howl. Though he had no voice, he let out an exasperated scream. Wait, what?
なんて便利自分の腕を外せる機構
おお、お前こそ三国一のものだふよ。
Ooh. He escaped. The talker pigs fell into the stream. That exasperated scream was the sound of a figure tearing his arms from their sockets. Damn! Armless, he rushed the girl.
役立たず。後で仕置きが必要
Oh my god. She just scolds the pigs, useless swine. He may have lost his mangled arms, but not the object of his malice. Okay, so, yes, he's the automaton. The one who's detecting. So I guess it was her that he was detecting? A mystic eye to pierce the heart of its victim. Whoa, what kind of Zabaniya shit is that? A magic circuit designed to stop a beating heart. It was beautiful in its simplicity. At point-blank range, it was the equivalent of an unavoidable shotgun blast. Damn. That's a cool mystic eye. She looks so bored. Look at that face. It's like, is that all you got, bitch? But tragically, that eye was all he had. This is a spell. Of course. He's been chanting the whole time, of course. God, I'm dumb. He failed to realize that her song had changed. Yeah, the song changed to a different spell. So before, was she channeling the bounded field? Or I guess it was the pig's attack before. Either way. But yeah, now she's made like a wooden familiar. Out of a tree. Oh, you're dead. Oh. For the giant, the earth-shattering strike was akin to the act of shooing away an insect. Its green, verdant veins pulsed. Oaken bark covered its body, hardened sufficiently over centuries to repel even a chainsaw. On its forehead, inscribed in all manner of colors, was the word Emeth, though judging from its misspelling, the inscription was purely decorative. Wow, Alice has her own style. I like that. Just her own little signature. Whoa! Holy fuck. Dude. Have we ever seen a familiar that powerful that it was not a servant? Holy shit. The Thames Troll. It also went by the moniker Falling Down. London Bridges, oh my god. My Fair Lady. Or alternatively, the Great Bridge. Admired in different forms, it was the first of 4 miracles. What is Alice? What the fuck is Alice? Miracles? That is not a term you hear. It's more a term I would associate with the Holy Church than just magecraft. The giant responded to the girl's words. With roots rent deep into the earth. Rent deep. It raised its left arm to the heavens without moving a step. Done. Shut down. Elsewhere in the forest, the grinning figure who had chosen to flee the battle was running through the night forest at full speed. I don't think they'll escape. I think she put up a bounded field. Record and provide a detailed description of the enemy. Those were the orders assigned to him. Purely for recon. They wanted info on Alice. But do they know about Alco? Probably. It's possible they hadn't detected Alco yet. They maybe just detected Alice, but given Alco's potential and her reborn coming up, it's likely that the enemy knows, but maybe, I don't know. He poured all of his energy into escaping this forest with which he had become so familiar. In case of emergency, the plan was for one to challenge the enemy while the other made a tactical retreat in order to report to their master. Okay, smart. They had this plan. He dashed through the forest. There's no way they escaped, though. Though gripped by fear, he was confident in his ability to perform the mission he was designed for. Nothing could catch him in these woods. Even the wolves could not track him. How about pigs? His bird-like legs thumped as they kicked the ground. Perhaps it was his creator's eccentric taste that dictated their form, and optimizing them for running. With their scissor hands, The grinning man could reach a maximum speed of 45 miles per hour. That's fucking fast. Well past the limit of any bipedal creature. After securing a distance of several miles, he turned around to confirm his safety. There was no sign of pursuit. His crescent-shaped mouth, nay eye, slackened in relief. Oh, that's their eye, I see. And it opens up when they do analysis and when they use their mystic eye. What a cool mystic eye though, it's like offense. I'm used to them having a more like auxiliary or like, I mean, it's crazy to call mystic eyes of depth perception auxiliary, but you know what I mean, like, not just you die, you know? Even Medusa's like petrifying you. I mean, that basically kills you, but this is cool. It's just like a shotgun blast. It just pierces your heart. Crazy. That's some Gable Zabania from your eyeball type shit. And then, yeah, there was no way. After facing forward once more, he looked up to lock eyes with his doom.
London Bridge is broken down, broken down, broken down.
The eyes trembling. In the distance, he could hear the dark rhymes of Mother Goose. Countless vines extended from the ground. They formed into a monstrosity that conjured up images of an arched bridge, something resembling a giant arm. Oh my goodness.
London Bridge is broken down, my fair lady.
When she says, "My fair lady," you're already dead. The Great Bridge. Look at it. The Great Bridge. And the noise it makes.
生還は困難。解析は困難。転送は困難。
You're damn right.
状況を終了します。
No intel for you, bitch.
主よ、どうかこの身を。
Wow. Like pleaded in its last moment. That's pretty fucked up. Makes me wonder, like, by what means does he create those things? If they had some shred of... not self-preservation,
済ん
but
だよね。お疲れ
consciousness?
様。戻ってテムズ。
Feeling? Yeah, good job, Thames. Holy fuck.
次はもっと高価な場所ならいいのだけど。
Damn, child's play. Literally. She's singing lullabies to your bitch ass. Oh my god. That's how she chants her spells. Guess that explains that weird, like, TikTok thing earlier, but whoa. Dude, Alice. Definitely one of the most unique mages I've ever seen in Type Moon. Wow. She's just the ultimate familiar user, I guess. Even when you get past her pigs, she always has another trick. Probably has more as well. The girl turned on her heel. The invaders who had set up shop in the woods were eliminated. She had no interest in whether they had been good or evil, or how many victims they had claimed. It's not about morality for her. The shackles of civic society held no sway over her. This was the way of a pure-blooded witch, the way of a mindster. Mindster? Yeah, she is a pure magus.
僕たちはねえ僕たちは
Neutral, self-serving. But she cares about Aoko. You can tell.
腕この腕抜けないんだけど
Oh my god. You poor piggies.
噛んだままだと僕らも動けないっていうかさ
She's gonna punish you later, whatever that means.
ひどい飛べない豚に用はないと
Oh my god. They're literally pigs that fly. I cannot.
次はお役に立ちますきっと生まれてこの方失敗続きの僕らだけど
壊れるまでに一度くらいは褒められたいね
The girl let out a sigh and stepped into the stream. She removed her gloves and dipped her slender figures into the ice water. Also, I'm very disturbed of how much personality these pigs have. Makes me wonder.
6の目は出すなって言うけど6の目しか出ないようになってるわよね あなたたち。
There was no response to her melancholy tone. In place of the once boisterous pigs were two black dice. Ooh, now sitting in the palm of her hand. Whoa. What? That's so cool. She uses dice, and what she rolls becomes her familiar, but she always rolls sixes. Damn, take notes, D&D enjoyers. That's a cool-ass ability. As the girl was about to say something to the scattered remains around her, she realized something that made her put a hand to her mouth.
お別れは済ませていたわね。命ぐらいは聞いておくべきだったかしら。
Wow, and wait, so... I guess those particular familiars can never be again. Like that instance of them, like, died. That's kind of fucked up. Because they're not vessels, they're not powered by magic circuits, and they're not living things. So what the fuck are they? Dead things? Souls? Her slender, pale fingers traced her lips as if reluctant to part from them. Sighing again, she calmly left the dark woods the same way she had entered. That was awesome. That cold Magus Alice. Look at her. Oh my god. She's so fucking cool. Dude, oh, I just like her more and more the more I see her. She is sick, dude.